analysis on the herd with Colin Cowherd. Now, I've watched it a few times, a few more than I care to admit, and that's not to necessarily rag on the show. I think that it's a fine show. It's just that I just wish that there was a little bit more consistency in the portrayal of his sports analysis. I guess I don't know how else to really describe it, as he's a kind of guy that I don't think that he'll make a prediction, right? And like all of us fucking do. Like he'll say that there's like I didn't hear a single fucking thing from him after he said, "Oh hey, Joe Burrow's the MVP." Absolutely, like I watched his, and he made another case for it later, a little bit after the fact. But ever since Aaron Rodgers has won the MVP, and listen, hey, look, Joe Burrow's an up and coming guy. He will win an MVP. I'm very confident about that. Presuming that there's not some surprising drop off or a career marred by injury, But that's part of the thing is like, you can't I listened to the guy say that he didn't care about interceptions. What? He actually had a pretty decent take later on about like, oh hey, if Aaron Rodgers is a little bit more risky with the ball, I'll presume that they're closer to wanting to be a Super Bowl team, But otherwise, it's like, dude, this is like it's not. It was 39-4, if I'm not mistaken. The amount of touchdowns versus the amount of picks, and he threw 2 picks in the first game. So, yeah, so it's like, okay, I understand what you're saying when it's like 3-2 instead of 4-2, but it was fucking like 10-1, very nearly. It was a 9.75, if I remember correctly. So it's like that kind of stuff where it's just like, bro, like, I don't think that you are on, like, even if you are kind of in the vicinity of like, oh, Joe Burrow should have won MVP, quote unquote. Like, what are you, bro, what are you talking about? Like, yes, I don't disagree with you necessarily that, that he has a case for it in the same way that Giannis should win the fucking MVP this year. There's a very good case for it because he's beating all the, like, I don't know, the doing more with less thing I've never really bought, and that just seems to be like the crux of his argument all the time, which is he loves to dump on Aaron Rodgers, fairly or not. So it's like, oh, without an offensive line, Joe Burrow can make it to the Super Bowl. How come Aaron Rodgers can't? And it's like, okay, well, I don't know why, but the fucking 49ers have his fucking number. He's like 1-13 against them all time. And they are an epic second half collapse away by Patrick Mahomes of not making the Super Bowl. So it's like, you can't look at a very good fluke and act like, oh, see, this is the way that it's going to be for years to come. So I don't know. Maybe it's because he dumps on Aaron Rodgers all the time, but honestly, I think it's lately deserved for all the talking and. For all the talking and interviews and the way that he acts. Like, the guy acts like he's won like 5 rings and he's got 1, So I get it, but I don't know. It's just, it's like I don't think that he has a great grasp on the NFL as a whole or how it kind of plays out, because it was like, he had the Broncos in his top 10 one time. The Broncos. Well, they're 3-0. Well, they fucking beat, like, who? I think it was the Jets, the Giants, and the who was it? Was it the Panthers or the Dolphins or something like that? So it's like, oh yeah, the teams in between them have one whole combined win. I didn't, I don't know. It's like, it's just that stuff where it's just like, oh, he does have that cool segment. Colin was right, Colin was wrong. His blazing 5, he should get fucking rid of. Yes, sometimes it's good. It's usually very bad, but yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch it too terrible much, but Joy's fucking hot. I'll say that. All right, everybody.